All right, so this is the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. Inside the box, you're going to get a Type-C charging cable, as well as this quick start guide and a SIM eject tool. So as you can see, this is the white version. So it's a very clean look. You have that triple camera setup on the back. On the right side, you have your volume rocker and a power button, and the rest of the edges are very clean, very easy to grip. On the bottom, you have your charging port as well as your speaker. The screen is a 6.4-inch AMOLED display with a 120 Hz refresh rate, so navigating the screen is extremely smooth. The colors of the display are extremely bright, they're very vibrant, and it doesn't really do it justice here on camera, but watching movies, videos, any sort of media is going to look great. And then as far as gaming, having that 120 Hz refresh rate is going to give you a very smooth experience. And again, the image quality is excellent. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the cameras. So we have a triple camera setup featuring a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 12 megapixel wide angle camera, and an 8 megapixel telephoto camera. And then you also have a 32 megapixel front facing camera. So here we have a couple examples using the portrait mode of the front facing camera. So that's going to give you that blurred out background for a very dramatic and flattering look. And the 32 megapixels is going to give you a great amount of detail. As far as video, the front facing camera is able to deliver 4K at 60 frames per second, but that's without any stabilization. So you can see it's a little bit jittery. If you want stabilization, the camera will downgrade to 1080p at 60 frames per second. So you can see it's a lot smoother than the previous example, but not quite as dynamic as the 4K. On the rear camera, you are able to get 4K 60 frames per second with stabilization. So you can see here, this is just handheld footage. It's very smooth, not very shaky at all. And on top of that, the overall image quality looks great. And then just for comparison, we have 4K 60 again, but without stabilization. So you can see it's a lot more jittery than the previous example. So that stabilization does do a very good job. Now let's take a look at a few different shots that I captured with the rear camera. So one thing I really love are the colors. As you can see, they're very vibrant and they provide a lot of contrast to the images. And I also found the dynamic range to be excellent. Even in sunny situations, the cameras had no issues. So that's my brief overview of the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE.